What's up YouTube, this is VERES Gaming and today I'm bringing you a VERES video after I have just introduced her to my channel after she has been released in Europe, and this is going to be some footage where I actually fight a really strong hero, Florentino, on the solo lane. And this might not be the best Florentino in the world, but I think Florentino in general has a really strong kit. And in this video I'm going to show you how capable VERES is, because I am winning the lane against Florentino. And I had good success with a tank slash bruiser build. I start off with the Mantle of Ra, and I think it's a pretty decent build that you're going to see. And as I said in the former video, VERES is all about managing her passive and spamming her abilities. And as you can see right here, I did not hit the second passive, but wow, this was really quick. I managed to kill him off quite early, and at this point I didn't want to go back to the base and retreat, because I still had to farm a bit. Because with VERES, it's like with many heroes, you have the same situation. You just want to farm up, you want to win as many trades as you can, you want to be fighting to the very end, and you want to get ahead, especially in lane when it comes to farm. And I just have the feeling that Florentino is a really strong pick at the moment. I think he's one of the best solo laners because his kit is just so strong, especially in a 1 versus 1 situation. And I think even while I think I'm dying at the beginning of the video, but it doesn't really matter, because VERES is just such a good hero because she is able to attack from afar. If you ever played her, she is feeling a bit strange. She is, I would say, a bit difficult to handle, because it really comes to the point where you have to manage your passive. You have to be able to attack 4 times, and then you will get this area of effect thing, and VERES then will be able to hit in a circle around her that's spinning around her, and you can see that quite easily. But this is just, I think it's just like the main issue. And here, yeah, I miscalculated that. That was pretty stupid. That's a no-go. I should not have gone in there. I wanted to be greedy. I wanted to get the bird. I think I managed to get the bird in the end, but nonetheless, that really put me behind. But it doesn't really matter, because I will continue fighting Florentino, and I think I'm going ahead with a 3-1 against this hero. And being such a strong hero with Florentino, he's got loads of stun effects coming from his riposte stuff, coming from his lunge, and especially coming from the one that he hits. He hits pretty bad. Like, it's really doing so much damage as soon as he hits you. And as you can see, Florentino is ahead right now in terms of levels. Like, he has been able to hit level 5 before me. That means he has already received his ult. And as you can see, this was the double spam. He spammed the first flowers with his 1 that he hit perfectly, and afterwards he was able to get me with his ult again, because that's a new thing. Like, I don't know why they did it. They buffed a hero who was strong, especially in the early game, but they made him even better, because now he received a little buff where he is able to spam flowers after he has used his 1 by using his ult. And I think that makes him even more deadly, especially because he gets the damage reduction as soon as he hits you with the ult. So you have to be really careful. And a good tip is, you should always move if he hasn't used his flowers yet, his 1 where he is firing this little dart. So this is something that you should bear in mind. Like, as soon as Florentino hit you with his 1, you have to get out of the way you have to get away from the flowers, because that makes him just so difficult to fight. If he is running around you, he's really fast, he's really mobile, he gets faster after he hit you. So this is something that you should always keep in mind if you're fighting Florentino. But I think it's a pretty good example, this video, on how to do so. And even now you will see Florentino is up and attacking. I did not manage to hit my one here of my passive, but look how bravely I fought him. I was able to get him under tower because he attacked me, and I was just able to get him because he consistently pushed, and he was, I think he was as greedy as I was in the situation before. So you can outplay enemies by just moving around the tower and trying to get the tower between you and the enemy hero, and that is just winning you lanes. And yeah, she does take a lot of practice, and I think, in my opinion, the kit where you are maxing out the Mantle of Ra first, then you are getting the boots, and I got the Sonic boots because I just want to have that slow. I want to have the capability of fighting 1v1s here against enemy heroes such as Florentino. So I'm pretty happy with that kit, and I think the Rank Breaker is a really good addition to that. Like this is really making you better, and here I'm able to hit my ult, and I'm always scaling up. Like I'm trying to get, and I could have hit that here as well, because she gets faster as soon as her passive pops up. So this is something that you should keep in mind as well. And here he misses his stuff, like he is trying to get me, and yeah, my persistence is rewarded here in the end, because I was able to get Florentino, and I do have to get back a couple of times, but nonetheless he is missing more farm. And the first objective for you should not only be to be in the lead in terms of kills, but the first objective that you obviously have as a solo laner, especially if you're playing as a warrior / tank bruiser in the solo lane at top or bottom, depending on what monsters spawn on the map and what position. Your main focus is to get the first tower, because that just frees you up to roam, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. Like I'm trying to get that tower, I'm trying to push my wave, I'm trying to get the other wave as well, and here I'm using the bird as some vision extender. Really important thing, so that you know no ganks are up to come. And we are quite lucky here, because as you see, no one was trying to get me here. There were no ganks from the enemy heroes, so that's a pretty rough deal, and we are able to get the Florentino to retreat in this situation. Good thing that the Telenas came here to help me out a bit, and that is something that you will receive or will see in the end. And look at that, like I'm able to get my ult off, I'm able to get my passive off, and as I already said, managing your passive is just so important. That damage is really the bread and butter that VERES packs in her kit, not only to get the skills. And yeah, that was the first gank, and I was so low that I did manage to get the tower, but with 3 enemy heroes now on the bottom lane, there was no chance of getting out here. If the Krieg would not have hit me and killed me, I think the Valheim as well as the Arthur would have been perfectly capable of doing so. And lucky for us, they are staying in lane. The L'Oreal does a really good job here. She is going to be, I think she's going to be MVP here. That's well played, and that's what I'm telling my team here. They had a really good awareness of what's happening on the map, so they were able to get into the fray and just defend the tower, get the enemies, get the Valheim. And it's always good to stop the enemy ADC in his tracks, because as you might know, the enemy ADCs, or the ADCs in general, are the ones who are scaling massively in late game, and they are even more important because they will just rain havoc on the enemy. And look at that, like what a nice team fight. we are able to get off some shots on the enemy heroes here, and we kill not only the Vera, but we kill the Krignac as well. So one of their main and most mobile damage dealers is gone as well, and it gives us the opportunity to rotate freely, and I'm here to clean up the creeps that are attacking our stuff and to free our creeps so that we are able to push not only mid lane but to also get another lane here, which is what you are supposed to do. Like that's what you should always keep in mind. Like, where are the enemies, how's the wave management going on, and that gives us a perfect enraged abyssal dragon. And now we have the Dark Blessing buff, which is even better because that just means that we are packing even more damage, and with the stun and with the armor we're able to get a greedy and quite stubborn Krignac here. And this is just a good example of how good the combination of various skills is. Like, you are reeling enemies in or pushing them away with your 2, then you are able to stun them with your 1 if both of those things hit, and afterwards you are able to get in with your as I wanted to say, with your stuff. And look at that, like, really nice double kill. I'm killed here in the end. I think it was the aura effect that the Arthur was popping off, but it doesn't really matter. We have nearly annihilated the complete entire enemy team. 4 of them are down, only 2 of us are down, so that's a really good trade here. And as you can see, we are able to get that tower. We are able to just push the mid lane through, and I'm already maxed. I'm like nearly maxed out, and as I said, I think this kit is doing pretty well. You are stacking up tank items. You have the Gaia Standard, you have the Mantle of Ra, you have in the Eternal Blade in the end, which is the 6th item, which complements the kit quite perfectly. And with the Rank Breaker, you are able to shred through armor as well. So I would say it's pretty much one of the most solid picks that you can get here. And look at that, Krignac dives in. I'm able to get the double kill thanks to Krignac. Like, thanks for that, but that would have been your kills if I would have not been there eventually. Like, otherwise it could have just meant that we are down on 1 person, because it is just the fact that Krignac could have eventually died to the crowd control effects of Vera and Valheim combined. But as we are able to pick up that team fight as 2 of us as well, and we're able to fight that through, yeah, this is pretty much game. Like, you're going to see I think this is the final push here. I'm able to get away here, and I need to get away because now the enemies are pushing back. They're trying to retaliate on the stuff that we have done, and I just thought at this point of the game that it would be good to go back and come back to the game with full health. That's what I'm doing right now, so I was on half of my health, and it's always good to be full, because my team is rearranging the stuff, so it doesn't really matter. We did not miss some great push potential here, and now we are grouping up again, and I see that my girls L'Oreal and the Talanas are up at the top lane, so I think it's best to go up here as well. I stun the Vera. I missed my passive here. Like, that would have been an easier kill if I would have been able to get off my passive. I'm dying here, but because of the true power of the L'Oreal as well as the Talanas, we are able to pick off Arthur here. Really nice team fight. The Talanas of my team is, I think she's maxed right now. She is able to get the triple kill. She already has her resurrection item, as you can see that from the winds, like that kind of curly stuff blowing around her. We are able to finish off the Florentino here again, and sitting at a 947. I think that's a pretty decent, pretty solid performance that I put here down with VERES, due to the fact that I have played her only 5 or 6 times, I think that's pretty decent. That's something that you can show off on the internet on my channel. And this was my VERES game, where you have seen how to make her work, not in the most perfect way, but I think it's a quite good example of how capable she is at the moment. And I think she will position herself in, let's say, like, maybe not top tier, but I would say eventually she's just one tier below top tier. And yeah, L'Oreal manages to be MVP. That is well deserved, and sitting on a 13.7. I did a good job as well with the assists, and as you can see, I was the tank 30.9. Here you can see my kit if you want to pause that. So yeah, that was my VERES game. Thank you for watching it. I'm Void of Dust Gaming. If you liked the video, just leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and have a good fight and a good night. Goodbye, guys.